Okay, just got back from my run. As you saw, it was a bit rainy outside today, which I don't mind. It's actually pretty cool out, yet even still, I'm sweating. I think I might have done it wrong. Like maybe it should have been 40 minutes instead of 30 when I went back to double check. Oops. But oh well, I'm not too worried about it. And then I went and checked on my plants. It looks like uh, I have a lotus sprout. I might have somehow gotten a second jacaranda sprout as well in the little brown pots. And then my pigeon pea are obviously out of control. But I'm not sure about my wisteria sprout. It has like a little bit of white, but it feels a bit too solid. Maybe I just need to give it more time. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go do my cool down. Oh, and might try to see if I can get into a Disney race for the spring. I'm still undecided. But we'll see. Alright, hello. So, I am here. Just took a bath. I didn't do my hair though, since I'm gonna be traveling tomorrow anyway, and I wanna like pull it back. Anyway, not important. So, I really do need to actually pack. I have almost all of my clothes here, and there's still space. Like, I can make this work, but I want to see if I can try to get a little bit more space. I have all of these vacuum bags because at one point I was like, maybe I'll be moving soon. And it would be like a big move out of the country. That didn't end up happening. But anyways, not important. So now I'm like, okay, let me try to actually somewhat use these. See if I can get a little bit of space. I think I might be able to get this to count as a carry-on. I'd really like to. I don't want to have to check luggage because I didn't already pay for that. Okay, so let me go try to pack. I might try to do like each day in a little baggie. This is obviously one of the bigger ones, but help me organize a bit. Okay, so I just tried and I managed to get 2 bags of some stuff, and it's not really taking that much space. I do have like a couple more things that I would want to put in, but in the bags end up pretty much being, oh, actually that's not too bad. That's not actually too bad if I do it that way. Let me put the other one in because I have a lot of space now. So I just remembered that my brilliant idea about being able to, where did I put them? Do the carry-on would be dependent upon how big my liquid items are. And unfortunately, pretty much all of them are the full size. And I don't really have that many little travel bottle thingies, particularly with my skincare. So I'm just like, okay, I could go out and get some more of those in the rain. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, it would probably end up being close to what I would need to pay anyway to carry on or to check. So I'm just like, I'm not actually going to save anything if I do this. So that's a little disappointing. But even then, the check isn't too bad. It's like $45. I was just like, I'd really like to not spend more money than I have to. And actually, looking at this, I might not even be able to fit anything anyway. Especially since this is like the shoulder. Let me test that out. Oh yeah, that is heavy. Let me try something else. Okay, so I repacked. I still have to finish my laundry. There's a few spare things / travel day things I wanted to have sorted later on, and the dryer's currently being occupied. But yes, I unfortunately have to use my roller. I don't really have a smaller carry-on or smaller check-in. I think I could have fit it in like something between the Weekender and that. I think I have it over in my storage holding nonsense, but I don't feel like messing with that right now. So yeah, that's where we're at. Okay. So have not started reading yet. And today I, as best I can, need to try to finish The Foxglove King. And where did it go? And I Darken. I don't have too much left of either. I have like a quarter of each book, so I think I can do it. It's like about 100 pages each. And then I head out tomorrow with The Murder of Mr. Wickham. So far, I do have to say, And I Darken has been one of my favorites. And oh yeah, I ended up adding some full-size stuff for my skincare because I'm like, well, I can't fit everything I want in the check-in anyway, so I'm just gonna keep overpacking. Hopefully my friend understands. And even then, it's not like I have to carry it that much. The only issue might be I'm gonna try being responsible and save money by taking the free transport on the T tomorrow instead of doing an Uber. So that'll be super fun. Alright. Finally gonna get some reading done before dinner. Wish me luck. Alright, so I did some more reading of Foxglove King. I have about 66 more pages, so definitely going to be able to finish this today. Pretty interesting so far. Is definitely giving that, like, YA conflicted loner vibe for lore. I'm kind of like, I'm not sure if I necessarily see her with one or the other. But, oh well. Doesn't have to end that way, as much as I prefer having a little romance. Alright. Time to go eat. Okay, so I just finished the Foxglove King. Pretty interesting. I would say it's a solid middle of the ground read for me. Definitely was not expecting some of that, and it was, in a way. Like, the ending's not that surprising. So, another one down. Going to switch over now to And I Darken. Okay, getting ready to settle in for my night in with some mood reading. It's a bit past 7. I was trying to finish up the day 6 video, which is today, actually, as much as I could before I leave tomorrow. And I'm actually debating whether or not I want to combine 6 and 7. Maybe. And just put it out when I come back. But I kind of don't like that. No, I'll be good. I'll probably save it. So now we have, probably can't see, but And I Darken. Dracula time. Have a good night. Morning. It is 5 a.m. on Wednesday. This is my day 7 of Summerween. last day. So, yes, today is airport day too, which is why I'm up so early. My flight is at like 10:30, so not the worst, but it's gonna take some time to get there. I finished packing almost everything yesterday. I just have a couple last minute toiletry things to take care of, and yeah. So I also finished, and I darkened last night, and I'm very conflicted. Like, I do like the story. It ends right around the Janissary revolt shortly after Mehmed comes back to the throne in 1451. And they end up saving him from a revolt that was a distraction for an assassination attempt from inside his court. And it also coincides with the death of their father, Vlad, which they kept from Lada because Radu would be next in line for the throne because they also killed the older brother, Mircea. And Radu obviously does not want that. He doesn't really have much attachment to Wallachia. He's much more into Ottoman life and Islam. And of course, Mehmed. So, uh, Mehmed does talk to him about it. It's like, hey, do you want this? And Radu's like, no, 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 I don't want this. Don't send me away. And so then he thinks, okay, cool, good. And after the assassination attempt, Lada finds out from one of her troops that her father had died and that Radu and Mehmed had kept it from her for at least a week. And so she goes to confront them and is like, make Radu prince. Give him the voivode. And they're like, no. And Lada's already pissed because she had been forced to reveal that she conspired against Mehmed the first time he took the throne when they were kids. And, she plays off as, we're trying to protect you. Like, you weren't ready. And Mehmed sees it as a real betrayal. And, like, but I lost so much time. I'm not as far as I could have been in my rule if you hadn't forced my father to come back. And so Lotta's particularly not expecting him to forgive that. And she's also pissed because during the aftermath of the assassination attempt, she finds out that Mehmed had had another son since they began the little tryst. And so when Lada confronts them to be like, make Radu the prince, give him the Voivode of Wallachia. And they're like, no. She says, well, what do you expect to do? Like, it would be really great for you. So that way you're able to like focus on other things, especially knowing that his dream is Constantinople, even though Lada has tried to talk him out of it because, that's the main reason why people are trying to kill him. They don't want him going after Constantinople. But he has this really deep seated religious belief that he is the one the prophet had been talking about when mentioning that Constantinople would become theirs. And so he's very much focused on that. And he refuses to give up. And she's like, well, if you don't put Radu on the throne, so that way you have peace there and can avoid the destruction, what are you going to do? He's like, I'm gonna marry you. And she says, no, make me the prince instead. And he tries to talk her out of it, and she's like, okay, then give up Constantinople. And he refuses, so she leaves. And of course, they're both heartbroken. And Radu also is heartbroken because, like, during the assassination attempt, he had been forced to choose who to protect first, Lada or Mehmed. And he had actually chose Lada. And, like, she had protected him in the aftermath of the assassination when Mehmed's mother, Huma, reveals, like, those two aren't as loyal as you think when she's getting banished. Uh, Lada covers for Radu and claims she acted alone to get him off the throne the first time. And, Radu's just completely obsessed with the idea of staying with Mehmed. And he's kind of conflicted because even though he sees Mehmed and the Ottoman court as his home, you know, he still loves Lada very much, and she's part of his home too. But she's just so much invested in Wallachia, and she's not willing to give that up. So yeah, it's a good read, mainly because I'm interested in that section of history. I think it's interesting to reimagine it where Vlad was female because it gives a different tone to it all with the romantic relationship aspect. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, I I was never actually sure if I wanted them together or not. I kind of don't like how they focus on how like physically unattractive she is. And they make some very weird comments about her body that I wasn't super comfy with. So, I don't know. I think I'll definitely continue the series because I definitely want to see what happens, especially after Mehmed takes Constantinople and once uh Lada would rise up against Mehmed to protect Wallachia. I feel like that would be really interesting. Okay. Well, that's enough of that. I need to go and get ready for my day. So I am at the airport, still gonna drive all the way quietly, even though it's not like a super strict rule about it. But no. So apologies in advance if this is all hard to hear. So I have started with my last book. Mr. Wickham Cozy Mystery. And it seems interesting so far. It's going to bring the main Austen couples all together in a closed mystery, it seems like. And it seems like Wickham is going to be the one to. So, with this, they added a lot of children, and the author tried to do some research to understand, like, okay, how old would they all be? When could this realistically take place? So, ends up with one of my favorite couples, obviously, Darcy and Elizabeth, being quite older, since they are one of the first, whereas some of the other couples are going to be quite young, which, again, I'm not sure how I feel about. And then, obviously, I haven't read all of Austen's work, so I'm not familiar with that one. I'm kind of like, not quite sure how this is going to be. Yeah, getting here to the airport was somewhat easy. My giant bag ended up being a little heavier than I had hoped it would be, but I managed even with taking public transit. Like, it's a little difficult to lift, but I could use the elevators, and pretty much each transfer I had to make from the bus to the subway to the shuttle, I could just use an elevator there, and it was pretty much, as soon as I got to the platform, ready to go. Yeah. So I ended up getting here quite early, but that's fine. Like I said, I've got my book, so I'm just chilling out here at the gate. This would usually be the time when I'd grab some Starbucks for breakfast, but I already had coffee today, so I'm kind of like not feeling that. Well, I'm going to go back to some Percy Jackson and read my book. I probably won't be able to get like footage of actual reading, but we'll see. and I am now back. Please ignore the earliness. I walked home, and it looks like maybe my facial from Sunday is making some acne pop up. Oh, anyway, books. So last we chatted, I was starting The Murder of Mr. Wickham. I wasn't super into it. Right now I'm currently about 2/3 of the way in, and I'm just like, like, they're very much making it seem like Darcy's kid is neurodivergent, which is fine, but it's just like, I'm struggling a little bit with him, and he's kind of like the main character, so I'm like, But it's definitely interesting to see that perspective. Part of me is like, I'm not enjoying this because everyone who I like is so unhappy. But at the same time, it's like, I want to know the answer. So, hopefully I can finish the rest of this today. While I was on my trip, though, I did finish something during my spa day. I picked this up during my trip. So, this was really funny. Okay. I'm gonna go rest a little bit and then try doing a little reading. It is now way past, and Summerween should have ended, but that's okay. I ended up needing a lot of extra time, even though I started early, mainly because of this. I just didn't end up enjoying it as much as I hoped, especially once like the whodunit was revealed. I was just like, But anyways, as I did end up finishing my TBR, and while I was on vacation, I did do one surprise read. They were all really good, but I do think that the actual Summerween and I Darken has to be my favorite. The Foxglove King was pretty good too, but And I Darken just had something about it that was just a plus for me at least. I'm definitely interested in continuing the And I Darken series, seeing where that ends up going. Well, thanks for joining. I hope everyone had a great Summerween, and I'll see you next time.